lords and lasses, this is the SpiffyNeedleGeeks.
Hi.
More ale, wench.
Woo!
So yes, welcome to at least the first official Let's Play by me, Danny. And this is one that long time coming. Now, some of you might remember way back in the day when I had my old Roushutsu channel before it got taken down, and I now have RoushutsuRises. That when I had started dabbling in Let's Playing before, I had done Sonic and the Secret Rings, and I had promised that I would do its sequel, and I also made the claim that, you know, contrary to general consensus, that the sequel is far superior from Secret Rings. So, I think it's about high time we get around to Sonic and the Black Knight.
Woo! I haven't seen much of this. I've only played like a little of this game like before a long time ago, so I don't know too much about it. And I say this only because I was more familiar with Sonic and Secret Rings.
Yes, this is this is game 2 of what was known as the Storybook series. This was originally going to be, I believe, they had 3 or 4 games planned. Secret Rings, did marginally okay. I think it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. And then this came out and everybody hated it, so they pretty much canned the whole project.
The only reason they hated it was because they gave Sonic a sword.
Well, there's a bunch of other things too, but we have cutscenes, so... If there's one thing I will say, I'll be sure to bring up, because this game does have flaws and stuff, but, I'll bring all that up as well. But one of the things I will say that's, I absolutely love the art direction in this game.
I'm more fond of the music. I played, yes. My baby sister got this game for herself a few years back. I went ahead and played and beaten it as well. I love its soundtrack. I love Out of the Wind. I love the song. I love the final song that's played. Hey, your Tails.
No. Let's see. What do? No, I did not want to go back.
No, you're Sonic.
Come on. What do I want to be?
S-Q-U...
Squid.
Squirrel?
Squirrel!
Squiggly. Squiggles?
Squiggles.
Because I can't think of anything right now, we are going to be Squiggles.
Cool.
Okay, fair enough.
No, wait, no, Danny.
What?
Make it appropriate. Go get the explanation point.
Okay.
We have one space left.
Squiggles!
We have one place left. Use it.
It really does not fucking matter.
Squiggles!
So, Squiggles and the title. Okay, so single player story mode, this is what we're going to be going through. There is multiplayer, but I've never tried it, but I've heard it's really not all that impressive. There is world rankings, that's just where you can check, and compare, how fast did you complete a level, but...
Not anymore!
There are unlockables. View collected items, give them to friends.
Not anymore!
More unlockable content, art pictures, galleries, that kind of shit. And
options.
Yeah, who gives a fuck about options? But, alright, so... For those of you unfamiliar with the Storybook series, basically what they did was they wanted to put Sonic within very famous and well-known stories. Sonic and the Secret Rings was with the Arabian Nights, and this is the story of King Arthur. So, yeah, this is, very medieval, lots of references to the original story, and... pretty much the reason why, one of the biggest reasons that a lot of people kind of were really iffy about it, they gave Sonic a weapon in this game, and people are, I think after Shadow the Hedgehog, people were like, oh, keep our weapons out of our Sonic games.
I will say the art direction is
I love the art direction.
In terms of this cutscene anyway, this is a really pretty cutscene.
But art direction, level design, and stuff, this is very much a gorgeous looking game. They put a lot of detail in this.
Especially for a Wii title.
Exactly. In my opinion, there's a lot more detail in this than there was in Secret Rings. Secret Rings was very simplistic. This is a very, very gorgeous looking game for the Wii.
Right. Uh-oh.
Oh no, Sauron.
And anyone who's played Secret Rings will recognize this.
Oh, is that the original?
Now was not the time. Now was not the time to be getting.
That was
into
the original
Dragon.
Din chant, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the same chant.
Dumbledore, the Explorer.
Yeah, that was the same chant that Eraser Jin used to summon Ifrit in Secret Rings.
No, not the chili dogs.
This is, like, I think, the first actual, mainstream Sonic game.
Yeah,
actually.
I think this was. Yeah, I think this is the first mainstream Sonic game that actually put a chili dog in it.
Yeah,
in a cutscene, no less.
that brings in Sonic's love for chili dogs.
It's like about goddamn time. I mean, seriously,
Right.
this has been like a staple since like what? Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog,
Well,
like that
it's really been a
TV show.
Yeah, it's really been the TV show thing.
Yeah,
Be from a distant world.
like how you're talking with no lip movement.
Abrupt summons.
Cool.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious what's happening here. Like,
Yeah, he was always like, well, gonna be one of those situations, huh? Well, there you go first.
Sonic eats like my dog. He doesn't chew.
Oh, I get it. No problem. I'm used to stuff like this.
I will
Yeah.
also say this is one of the first games. What was first? Unleashed or this?
Unleashed came before this.
Okay, well, this was, I guess, the second performance where Jason Griffith really, actually.
Yeah. This is the Jason Griffith days, but this is also unfortunately where this was around the time where I think like I finally started to warm up to Jason Griffith, like the voice direction. He finally he sounded very natural in the character and everything, and it's like he got it in Unleashed, and it's like you see it done
She's
well
fucking
here.
strong.
And it's
Wow.
like, yeah. And,
No, that should have ripped her arm off.
but
Yeah.
but as I was saying, it's like I think there was maybe like one more game or something after this before we got Roger Craig Smith. So this was, one of the last games where we had Jason Griffith as Sonic.
Question: she could have just done that any time. Why didn't she just do that again?
Plot convenience.
Also, I called bullshit earlier where how she grabbed Sonic and kept him from running away. That should have just ripped her arm off. You saw how fast his legs were going.
I shall give chase. Spread out and go after them. Slay them on sight.
Just like Sonic and the Secret Rings, these are conveniently the same characters we all know and love, but they're not.
He's the royal wizard after all. The king's orders are absolute command, but
Without loyalty to the king, we are nothing. Still, the king, he has changed. And this kingdom.
Yeah, so just like how in Secret Rings, the genie from Aladdin's lamp was the villain. In this game, our villain is a corrupted King Arthur.
Yeah.
And like BJ mentioned, we have Sonic characters as playing some characters from the original story. And we go from beautiful cutscene to these hand-drawn kind of animations. I mean,
But damn, do they look so much better than how they looked in Secret
these
Rings?
are-
I will give it that.
Yeah, these were obviously I want to say flash animated. These are. I'm just looking at this right now. These are very simple to make.
yeah. Well, not only that, because they had these cutscenes in Secret Rings as well. They basically to match storybook.
Right.
Now in the Secret Rings, they made it look more kind of like drop cloth paintings and stuff. This is more like they specifically said they designed this off of like classic wood carvings, which is very, very appropriate. So I mean, again, this kind of goes back to what I was saying about how I love the art direction that they took with this game in particular. I mean, they did a good job in Secret Rings, but especially in this one, it just harkens back to look at the detail, like the level of detail and thought that they put into even these still cutscenes. They look nice.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But Merlina the wizard?
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
Yeah. So
she brings up later how Merlin, the actual wizard who was in the stories.
Yeah.
is her friend. Okay, so here we go.
Gameplay.
Gameplay.
Okay. So at this point, okay, so here's
Oh,
Try
glass.
using the sword and not your face.
so
face
here's
onto my eyes.
Okay, so here is how this game works. You use the nunchuck to basically guide Sonic, and you swing the Wii remote to swing his sword. Now, a lot of people had brought up for their criticisms that this is just nothing more than you, you press Z to guard, which will come in handy later on. But a lot of people would say, oh, Sonic and the Black Knight is nothing more than a waggle fest. You just blindly, wave the Wii Remote and Sonic will just do everything for you. And it's like, that might be true in the beginning, but later on, there will be points where you actually have to be very, very precise about where you swing your sword.
I'm actually gonna move over here so I get back in your face.
Yeah, this isn't Skyward Sword precision by by any means. But, it works for this game. But, this is where, a lot of people say, their criticisms are all towards, oh, it's a waggle fest and everything. But I argue, like I said, I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, when you gain followers, your title goes up, whoop-de shit.
Sounds like Twitch.
Yeah, and...
Yeah, that or Twitter.
Yeah, and this game has a crafting system, so any items that you find throughout the level, you can use these to craft items, and this will help give you upgrades.
Okay.
Yes, we're finishing that. But as I was saying, one of my biggest beefs with Sonic and the Secret Rings.
What happened to the sword he just had?
Hammer space. I mean, it's pretty much like, where's Amy's Pico Pico hammer all this time?
We don't talk about that.
Yes.
We never talk about that.
The Lady of the Lake gave him Excalibur. He was bewitched.
Yeah, so this is just more plot-related shit.
Wait, the Lady of the Lake gave Arthur the... I thought he pulled it out of a stone.
There's some versions of that. I know that, you're thinking Disney's Sword in the Stone, but there are some versions of the King Arthur legend where, yes, he got the sword from the Lady of the Lake. I mean, King Arthur has been retold so many times. Details have changed, characters have been added, characters have been taken out. So it's kind of hard to really determine which Arthur tale they're following. I think it looks like they're just trying to take bits and pieces from all different kinds of legends.
Wait, Sonic. Good luck.
What is that?
That is a gauntlet.
He's not maybe punching things.
The mission has been added to Misty Lake.
So yes, this is also a mission-based game, very much like with Sonic and the Secret Rings. But unlike Sonic and the Secret Rings, yeah, it is mission-based, but this is a little bit more streamlined. This isn't like you have to randomly guess which missions you have to take in order to progress through the storyline. This one is a lot more streamlined, so...
Okay.
Yeah, don't you have to just completely complete every single mission in the entire game in order to get to the final boss?
That wasn't entirely the case of Secret Rings. It's just it left you guessing.
Yeah, it left you guessing.
Only certain specific missions in Sonic and the Secret Rings were the only ones that were.
Oh, I was actually referring to just this game.
Not too much. I mean, it's there's not a whole lot of wandering around and guessing in this one like there was in Secret Rings. But to go back to what I was originally saying before I kept getting derailed, one of my biggest criticisms with Secret Rings is the control. In the Secret Rings, Sonic is just running on basically think railroad. He's running automatically. All you do is tilt the Wii Remote left and right to determine where he goes and hit a button to jump. And that's the extent of it, and there's just so many levels later on that just become frustrating because, of how the control is. It's very difficult to maneuver. You're trying to get Sonic to do things, but then he goes and does something else. I mean, it's I got what they were trying to do. They were trying to use the Wii remotes, but it just was not polished enough. This game, however, Sonic doesn't, if you I know you guys in the audience can't see me, but you guys see, I'm not doing a damn thing, he's not moving. The nunchuck tells you where to go. This little
Force!
Yeah. This little factor alone, just the fact that I can control where he goes, automatically makes this game better for me.
Well, he can only still face forward.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's if you have to go backward, you have to literally backtrack, but you know, again, that's like, I'm willing to take, you know, backtracking like
Well,
this.
the board's floating.
Yeah, when it comes to that kind of
Yeah.
like when it comes to that kind of style that Sonic the Hedgehog has in games like this, I will say that Sonic Unleashed kind of followed up with that, but not entirely. But the way that Sonic Unleashed is set up and played, it's like you have no choice but to go forward at any point in time. In some cases, yeah, you can just turn around and do whatever you want, but that's not how Sonic Unleashed is built. So in some cases, you just feel like it feels like a Sonic and the Secret Rings or Sonic and the Black Knight kind of game. Except even then, Sonic Unleashed controls a lot better.
And now, fun little fact, if you actually notice, like, the little sparkly things I've been picking up, not the apples, but you see, like, you know, some of the yellow and blue sparkly things, like, these are supposed to be fairies. If you actually look very closely, they're actually chow heads.
Wait, really?
They're chow heads with wings.
Well, aside from
Like,
that,
that's the designs of the fairies in this
aside
game.
from that, they're also your wing cap.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like-
fairies counts towards rings.
Yeah, old school rings, and I guess the blue fairies are like old school springs.
And now a fucking
and-
dragon.
Yeah, and now a dragon.
Dungeons and
So,
Dragons
yeah.
Sonic Edition.
So,
Doesn't seem to be doing anything though. It's just kind of sitting there.
Could you help me get this diamond off my head? It's giving me a migraine.
yeah, you
Sorry, I have a crick in my jaw.
Are you the dentist in this land?
A really bad crick in my jaw.
I did not mean to backflip. There we go. That's what I'm
Okay.
Oh! Oh, fuck this.
Defeating the Mist Dragon like it was nothing. The
You
more
really
What,
defeated
yeah,
him?
yeah, what do you
Yeah.
mean you defeated? You just knocked out a freaking diamond off his forehead,
Yeah, we just-
and he just flew off.
Yeah, we just told it to fuck off. So, yeah, everyone, those are these basically count as our tutorial levels. So, now that you kind of got a glimpse of what we're going on here, now we're going to actually be moving on more into storyline proper. So, I hope you guys are at least enjoying this. I mean, I know it's just the first episode, but I hope to see you guys as we continue on with this King Arthur legend.
Next time.
Alright, see you then.
Alright, we'll see you all next time for more Sonic and the Black Knight. Till next time, guys.